Immediately after the Acolytes' last mission, they are rushed to a ship where a robed man showed them a ring bearing their master's seal. He proceeds to explain their next mission.
The Imperial world of Haggria is an agri-world. We will deliver you to Haggria. An agent will brief you on the mission when you arrive.
The journey takes approximately 2 weeks, and nothing of interest occurs during that time. When the Acolytes arrive, a robed figure standing in a corner beckons them to follow. The figure leads them to an abandoned warehouse near the spaceport and lifted his hood. It was a man in his 40s, bald head, scars all over his face, and a blind eye. He proceeds to brief the Acolytes on the situation. My name is Doris Fell. Recently, Haggria has been plagued by a series of serial murders. Not an uncommon occurrence, but in this case, the victims all had the most unholy rune burned onto their body. That was the first column here of my RPG adventure that I wrote when I was 16 for Warhammer 40k Dark Heresy. Give me a second. Dark Heresy spawned a whole series, and now there's a second edition of Dark Heresy. One of the interesting things about Dark Heresy was its use of the old Inquisitor rule set. So Inquisitor was a GW, a Games Workshop specialist game, in the vein of Morheim and Necromunda. It's interesting though, because the fandom for that kind of evolved into what we call the Inq 28 movement, or the Inquisitor or Inquisimunda 28 movement. So this refers to the scale of the miniatures used, which were 28mm scale miniatures. And the movement is inspired a lot by the artworks of John Blanchet, which has this like dark, gritty. It's the Warhammer look, basically. You know, he contributed a lot to that universe. And Inq 28 is a really fun universe to play in. I actually painted a lot of Kit Bash and painted a lot of miniatures, kind of like for that kind of setting, the Inq 28 setting. Before we continue, just want to quickly have a shop talk. I have an Etsy shop where I sell original artwork, including lino cuts, resin art toys I sculpt and cast myself, and more. Check it out. I will link it in the description below. And what Inq 28, what Inquisitor had in common with Dark Heresy is they share, the characters share kind of like similar profiles. You know, you have ballistic skill, weapon skill, strength, movement, all that stuff. They also use percentile dice, 2d10s, with the zeros. That's kind of important. Yeah, zeros. Basically, one dice represents the first digit, and the second dice represents the tens digit. Right, the tens digit and the ones digit, and then you roll both together, and that way you have results going from 1 to 100. And this percentage makes everything feels like XCOM actually. The game's a bit brutal. Like, it's really hard to get good rolls in this game, so you could die really easily, which also reflects the setting that we're dealing with. So Dark Heresy is actually the second real RPG I've played. First RPG I played was Dungeons & Dragons 3.5. I only had a basic game though, and then I borrowed some books from the library, and me and my friends ran some campaigns with that. It was pretty fun. But Dark Heresy was when I decided to buy like an actual rulebook for myself, and all my friends bought a rulebook as well. So we were able to run like actual real full games with the full rule set. That was great. And Shadows of Haggria was me designing my own scenario to play with, which we did. We tested out. And then I think I published it on like Dark Reign or something, one of the old Dark Heresy fan sites that you can submit custom content and homebrew content. I don't think the website exists anymore. But today I am going to scan Shadows Over Haggria, upload it on itch so everyone can download and enjoy this homebrew scenario that 16-year-old me made. I think you would be pleased with that. Okay, now we've added pictures. Looks good. And now we have added textures. So this is the color copy, and I always make a black and white copies so it's easier on the people's printers. Head on over to Twitch right now, itch right now, and start downloading. Well, I think I did pretty good refurbishing Shadows Over Haggria and updating it for the people of today. 16-year-old me would be pleased. That's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.